That guy just hit me. Eh. Hello, I'd like to welcome back to Dustin Elysian Tail. I'm slightly sick because I ate a pizza. It was a very fat and greasy pizza, so now I'm kind of sick. So there you go! News of the day. It's not news, but I thought I'd just mention it, so you all know why I'm a little bit... So anyway, in today's episode, I'd like to remind everyone, your input is not required, but it is certainly appreciated. For Dark Souls, which should appear in the first seconds of the video as a small link in the bottom left, and Kingdoms of Amalur, you should be able to find that video just by looking up Kingdoms of Amalur in my videos. Or maybe it's in the one in the bottom left, I don't know, it depends on if Dark Souls got resolved. It's primarily about how I will, which class I will pick for both of the series and all that sort of stuff, so you can feel useful. You can feel like a big man calling the shots. You can feel like an executive producer. Also, recently I wrote a script that was titled Like, Favorite, Subscribe, and Donate. The idea is that the people at Red Spray make a lot of fun about, that if everyone says like, favorite, subscribe, because that's essentially, man, I want more fans. But they always treat this tiny little thing as like the biggest loyalty. So I made a little script that was like one of those old-fashioned, like, hey kids, how you doing? We got this exciting new product. The idea was that donations were sort of this hip new thing that everyone was doing. Oh, I see how to do this. I'm supposed to use the double jump, I guess. That's alright. But yeah, it makes donations into this hip new thing you add at the end, like from the makers of Like, Favorite, and Subscribe comes Like, Favorite, Oh, wow, that doesn't boost me. Oh, what the hell, man? How am I supposed to get up there then? From the makers of Like, Favorite, and Subscribe comes a new exciting product. And the whole premise is that people can donate. The whole premise is that YouTubers are like all... Well, not all of them. Like, the whole premise is primarily on those people that spam videos. Are like, look at all these videos, don't like them. Click on them, I need money. I'm not talking about the people that are actually good. The reason I actually stopped making the video where I would put out the script and ask for some people to help out, primarily because Vidya showed me that this whole thing is actually really good and can really benefit people. It was like, you know, there are people who don't upload many videos, who really cannot make a living, despite making incredibly good footage, simply because they just don't produce enough content. They just don't produce often enough. They can't live up to the demands that YouTube puts on them. And he shows some charts about how people don't get much ad money. So I was like, oh wait, this is a thing now. Patreon actually means that people can set up a subscription donation model that allows them to support themselves despite not making much. And I'm like, oh man. Now I feel like a shitface. So, I decided to scrap the script. It doesn't exist. I just got rid of it. I was like, man, I thought that donations would be like this silly little thing that really rich YouTubers would be like, I want more money, and they'd be like, if you really, really, really like my videos, give me your money. And only the loyalists and truest of fans donate, and they'd be like, you're a fucking shitface if you don't donate right now. But yeah, Vidya kind of showed me that that's not necessarily the thing. There are people who need donations because they can't produce frequent enough to sustain themselves. And I was like, man, I thought this would be a funny thing, but in that light, it's kind of sad. Because I'm pretty much taking a shit on people's new production means. And then I see like people are like, you know, if I get enough money on my Patreon, I'm going to shut down my ads. And I'm like, holy fucking shit. People aren't just using this to advertise and make themselves bigger and more financially secure. They're using it to basically help people out. They want to get by ad block and get more money directly by circumventing the middleman that doesn't have to exist. And he's like, you know, the whole principle behind patrons is that patrons appreciate the art directly. They don't talk to a middleman. They don't give to the museum. Well, they might, because they like museums. But the main principle is that they just give to peeps. They give to the people who make the art. I don't know, you should watch his video. I'll link his video in the description. And in order to show that I really think this guy has a really good point, his video will be straight on top. I can't afford this, fuck. Let's see, I could probably get one of those gold rings on, right? So yeah. And truth be told, I'd rather go with that model than to go with a network. Because the benefit of a donation model is that you can get content ID matched, but it won't stop you from making your money. So you can be like, hey dude, don't worry your pretty little face about it. Because whatever happens, even if they decide to claim the video, I still make money. You use Adblock? Doesn't matter, kid. You're still a good guy. You can give your money or not. I still get my money, whatever you decide to Adblock or not. And I'm like, yeah, that's a really cool model. Because it benefits everyone. On one side, though, it does mean that people have to consistently give. That's probably the biggest weakness of the model. And it does need to get over some of its early on insecurities, because I do see a lot of abuse and flaws in this system that are going to make it very aggravating for people, especially like Patreon, who's going to get like, man, the system is kind of kicking us in the nuts. But yeah, I see a lot of promise with it. I think that it's going to go places. I think they're going to meet people. I'm just gonna title this episode The Lost Script. I have so much defense. You'd think that normally in games this sort of stuff actually has its own attack type so that it can penetrate your defenses, but hey. So yeah, to just summarize, I feel like shit right now. Because it's so easy to make jokes when you don't fully understand the situation and you don't understand the consequences of saying certain things. But I'm like, you know what? If I ever get a steady enough job, I'll probably become a patron to some of these people, because I know a couple of people that I feel really deserve some big Benjamins for their troubles, for their tribbles and their troubles, and everything in between. You know. You better not be up there. That's number 1 checked. That's number 2 checked. Excellent. Oh. No, that's not where that's... we'll just find the next teleport and we'll call it quitsies. No, not a quitsies, we just leave. It's a little bit... Wow, the lighting engine decides to freak out. I think that the lighting engine just doesn't match up to the frequency of anything else that's happening. I wish that we had these effects when we started originally, though, because these are really cool. And let's put on the speckled ring. Makes dust slightly glow, which is really nice. Like, I think Proton John would benefit from Patreon, because he makes incredibly good videos about, like, Superman 64, and he does do the silly streams and all that sort of stuff, which I think is what he currently does to fill either his wallet in the meantime, or just to fill some time, so people don't feel like he's dead. But he's the kind of person that would really benefit from Patreon, because he doesn't upload at all. There is a year between videos, and he still needs money. I think he has a job. People like him either have a job right now, but, you know, they could use your effort. Okay, we're only 8 more gems on each row away from maxing level. Except this one, which is fucking cool. Look at that fidget level. Let's pump it up! Holy shit, this is going mad. Fidget is doing the mad damage. I don't think I ever got that ring on my first playthrough, which is why I was like, holy fucking shit, this ring is fantastic. This ring is the bomb. The good kind of bomb, you know? I wonder how that saying ever managed to live past 9/11. you'd imagine that America would just be like, okay, no one can say the bomb. I know it's a plane, and it wasn't technically a bomb. And, well, there are theorists, but we say that there are no bombs, but whatever. The point is that no one can say the bomb anymore, because it insults people that died in a plane crash. I seriously need someone to watch through these speeches before I give them. Because that sounded hilarious. And everyone's kind of like, Mr. President, surely thou jokest. I'm kind of... Man, that pizza was heavy. Kind of sick. Ugh. Yuck, feeling kind of shickish. You know what? I do intend to get a steady job of sorts. And originally I was planning to, if it became viable, monetize my videos, but I think I'm just not going to do that. If Patreon picks up, I'll never even start with that idea. On the other hand, I will also not be the kind of person that's like, you know what, I'm going to put stuff behind a paywall. Maybe things like, you know, the big guys say that they can put concept art, that's fine with me, just don't hide your videos, because that's... The one thing I think you shouldn't do with Patreon is be like, okay, I'm going to make videos, but no one can see them but the patrons. Dude, you're basically taking a shit on the method people started to like you was because you made those videos, and now you're like, you can't watch my videos unless you pay. That's pretty mean. Not that I can do that. I don't make anything. I don't make intermediate products. I don't make intermediate products, so there's nothing to show in between videos. Except, of course, that script, which will never be released because, you know, it's incredibly insensitive of this new and exciting world that's opening up, is very likely to kill YouTube because it's going to make ads an incredibly unpopular way of doing anything. But hey, YouTube will survive. It survived past the Google Plus debacle, and when you can survive something like that, you're effectively a cockroach. You cannot be slain by any mortal means, and it's distracting me from pressing buttons. Money, 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 money! Holy pachinko! How did I miss this chest of all chests? There we go. Man, I love cheesing this game's engine because it's an interesting engine in the way that it can be cheesed. Because of the whole homing in on enemies capacity. Of course, Dust Storm is the only ability that doesn't kill them. I wonder how Dust finds out that stores are restocked. And I still wonder how these walls calculate when they are destroyed or not. Get the sensation there's a trick I haven't learned yet that has to do with those gas bubbles. Also, who made these chests? Because they are pretty damn high technical for what they're worth. And I should imagine that the things are just setups for enemy launchers, so let's try that. And if it works, then huzzah. Fidget, let's not try to kill... I like how the enemies are killing themselves. That's just glorious. The meat and bones of Dark Souls, people. Nobody kills each other except you. Come this way. Right this way, please. Coming along to the show of the show, the star of stars, the king of kings. That didn't work. Hacksaws! Anyway, to save the day! Oh. Man, Legend of Zelda Wind Waker had a pretty good travel theme. Jinko, that is a smack of damage, it tells you. Yeah, so damage does really heavily calculate in as to how much bonus you get. How much of a bonus you get. How much bonus you get? How much of a bonus you get. I guess you could say how much bonus you get, but, you know. I also just found out that Dark Souls 2 isn't going to be on Steam for another month and a week. And I'm like, what?! You, sir, are taking a big dump on my pantaloons. The game's like, no, I'm not. And I'm like, fine, you're not. I'm very upset. I was hoping to play it at the end of this month somewhere. But now I'm gonna have to entertain myself with the regular Dark Souls, which is pretty alright. When am I gonna do these, actually? I think I'm gonna do this after the quest. You know, after I get all the experience humans and everything's like, man, super easy. But not really, because the whole premise behind these environments is to get combos. The scorer ones, at least. Other ones are mazes, and I don't even know what attributes them as completed. If you need to just beat them once or get a full star. Get 5 out of 5 stars, you know? We've been everywhere but there. Let's go over there, then. I'll see you there. Now that I think about it, this game could have very easily had a sort of New Game Plus mode. Where Fidget imagines that the ghost of dust... Oh man, now I already spoiled that he's gonna... You saw his death coming from a mile of fucking way. I'm not gonna say how he meets his untimely end. But it's kind of one of those places where everyone dies. In fact, now that I think about it, it's very reminiscent of the ending of Star Wars Episode 3. Only nobody gets to live. They're like, oh, so you're gonna kill off one guy and then bring him back? I can do better. I can kill both guys. And I'm like, yeah, that's not really the point, but whatever. Man, I'm gassy. It's actually getting on my nerves. Tomorrow's gonna be a shitty day. There will be no videos. This is your video for tomorrow, I guess. In a sense. I'm really not kidding. I don't want to go. Tomorrow's an out. I don't like days going out. It's fucking stupid. We're gonna have fun. I don't want to. Oh. All those social activities are going to kill me. I'm introvert. I get angsty and stressed and just super annoyed by being around people for too long. Especially when it's lots of people. It's like stuffing someone's pants with ants. It makes them super angry and they're like, stop that! Tomorrow is going to be hell. And it's super long too, that's the worst part. If it was like a 2-hour thing, maybe. Business day last year I was there for half an hour. I had to be there, but it was half an hour. And I was like, yes, I'm done, I can go home. But this isn't a time day. The fuck? Oh, that's the red crystal. Thought we got that in a quest, but I guess we don't. Where do we get a bomb gem at? Bomb fruit. Oh, we didn't get the cage this time. I don't want to go tomorrow. I'd rather publicly really read that script out loud if it wasn't destroyed. I could try to rewrite it, but you know what they say. The Book of Mormon was a completely different book the second time. Because he lied his ass off. Oh, I like how there's a little hook. Yeah, this is definitely a Spelunky reference, because there's gold in the walls, there's a little sculpture, there's hooks in the wall. A-Y-Y-A-Y. But who? The damsel? Oh no, did we already rescue the damsel? This is probably the Splunker guy with his big old nose. Which reminds me, how many keys do we have? We have 15 keys. which means we have many chests to go. Only 4 more friends. That's neat. So, whenever you're ready, Mr. Splunky guy. He doesn't look so well when he's tall. I don't like the new Splunky HD version, by the way. It sucks balls. Remember the iconic chip music that was like doo 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 pow 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 pow. Now it's like it's vaguely jazzy music. It's jazzy, but only vaguely. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this music? It's not makeable. Yeah, it's really bad music. I like the HD stuff though, but it just does. There's a reason we don't make every game HD. Art direction is very important, and a lot of people like to think that, oh, it's HD, it's better. It's not. It has a little hourglass on it. Guess what that means? Remember the hourglass we saw in Blackmore Mountains? Again, it's a reference to Simon's Quest, one of the most confusing games in the world. The game actually does tell you how to do everything, but it's so poorly phrased and translated that it's near impossible to decipher what the fuck you're supposed to do! It's not a bad game, but compared to the original Castlevania, it's very different. Sort of like Lords of Shadow, but Lords of Shadow was good. Simon's Quest was just a step in the wrong direction, done wrong, so it's like doubly wrong. But then they fixed up their act, and they got shit together, and it was all like, yeah, I guess it works out. People say that the original Castlevania is shit, which I don't know. The original Castlevania was very methodical and strategic. It had an element to it. The only reason you say it's shit is because you're fucking stupid, you schmuck. How am I missing a square on the map? Oh yeah, because of that. I don't even know how to access that. I assume it has something to do with something. We'll find that out eventually, somehow, sometime, someday. In some vague alternate universe, perhaps.
Here you go, Blop. 4 troll...
Woo, Daisy! Bet I could play the piano with these puppies. Tell you what.
I don't see how those two...
What?
Aside from the fact that I only got one left.
I've been keeping track of all the things people have...
You said it.
So Fidget is the quest
I
log.
would love...
Stupid Can I just randomly purchase things? I need rockhound teeth, right? What are those?
Here's 10 rock...
I think I'm all set. Thank you, son.
Oh no. Oh no.
We found your sheep, Gappy.
I honestly have no idea how...
Thank you, son. You're doing good in this world, son.
No, I thought that little... I don't even know what that little place is. We'll find out eventually. Okay! Progress is being made. Slowly but steadily, we are getting the percentages required to get this game at the maximum percentage, which is more than 100. I wonder, how, what part does make people think, okay, so where am I going to get this extra 100 from? It's always been a question for me. 2,000 gold. 2,000 gold. I wish the item scroll is a little bit faster. The little ticker at the bottom. And another 2,000 smackers. Wait a second, that's cheaper than... so you actually make money just by selling him the stuff. Straight from... Welp, 4,000... I love how it has a little flash animation for the little thing. We still have some treasure to go. Aurora Village. We have some stuff to do here. Farm. We already did that. Glade. Yeah, we still have that one to do. Soaring Meadow. Surprisingly complete. What to do? What to do? Can't go anywhere there, so can't check out the map proper. Abydos Forest. We miss a lot of stuff. We'll do that later. I actually want to go to Blackmore because I think we can complete this one. I'll see you guys at the Red Hourglass. One thing that I have to say is that if there's one game I really want to do, it's Metroid Prime. Because I just reminded myself how fucking good the music was in Pandora's Waste. That was the bomb. You're supposed to duck here in the game's like... Oh, I got a skill gem. Let's spend it. You're supposed to duck here in the game's like Magic Mumbo Jumbo, Magic Mumbo Jumbo, Magic Mumbo Jumbo. Tornado! Just like in Simon's Quest. I have to say, kudos for the one guy who made this for doing that. It's a bit out of the way, though. On my own comment. Fidget, make the comment.
Well, that made absolutely no sense.
It actually did, because the orb contained an hourglass symbol, and, I don't know, you've ducked it a regular row, so...
Every moment has a purpose, Fidget. You just have to dig.
If I remember correctly, we actually picked up a small thing that says this. The game actually makes several references to what the hell is going on. Okay, this is a reference to Braid. Despite being a Simon's Quest reference, the whole premise is that we are doing the Braid mechanic where time goes forward or backward depending on which direction you're walking. I like this mechanic in Braid, even though I fucking hated this mechanic in Braid. As you can see, going this way, wrong way, right way. I don't even know what the braid guy is called. He looks really stupid, but that's just because his stylistic face is put in a realistic perspective, which is a bad thing. So, apparently there's something here to collect. Really? Yes, there is something here to collect. It was so glowy that I didn't notice. Yeah. Don't know if the music is a reference. I do intend to play Braid once. Braid is Braid is a nice game. I wouldn't call it the game of the century like many people say it's the indie success, but it is a pretty cool game. So that is 100% on Blackmore Mountains. Great. It's one hell of a dive, Sonny. Level 32. I think about level 50 is where the game says, no! Stop getting levels! And I do intend to reach level 50, because that is part of 100% playthrough, is that if there's a level cap, hit it. So yeah, we've pretty much... Let's have a look on the actual map. Oh, fucking hell. It's Chapter 5, the end. Legend is a pretty bad title, by the way, for an end chapter. Yeah, this place looks pretty spiffin', by the way. It does have one thing that annoys the fuck out of me, and that's that constantly people are moving right after a certain point. Also, I see why you failed to survive, because she's put up some defenses. Actually, go back to Aurora Village, because we can complete pretty much any optional quest we still have going.
Well,
Yes. Well, I'm a...
Thank you, Gian.
Get some keys. Holy change. Why does it even have those? I like the big problem with keys is that they don't make any sense story-wise, and this guy's just like, here's some keys. Which means that, canonically speaking, there are treasure chests filled with money everywhere. Consider me wonkers. Only 3.
All right, Gianni, let's
Well, I certainly can't be running around outside myself. Those monsters, they are dangerous. So, where is that Corbin?
well, after rescue.
Rescuing him?
Yes, he'll be fine.
Fine, fine. And what of my laundry? Surely, after all that...
Yeah, Gianni, here. Take your laundry.
Well, when you put it so...
Good. For your sake, you...
Believe me, I...
You know what? I kinda hate this guy. And I would just love to maul his face off.
I wonder how he'd intend to do that with those pitter-patter, pitter-patter, pitter little pawsies.
Manners, Fidget.
What you
Yeah, the poison ivy got him pretty bad.
Is...
Oh, every...
Well, maybe having a poor defenseless boy.
Go for... Go!
Dust, I owe you.
Is she going to be...
Yeah, I'm. Hey,
Wait, what?
well, it's just after.
I honestly...
Oh, come on.
Yes.
Hey,
Oh, darn it! I don't have any paper on me. Could you grab?
Don't worry.
I don't remember this quest too well. I don't think I ever started it to begin with, or whatever. Moving around town, moving around town, moving around town, moving around town. I think we can actually go get the Bastion, guys, so... Moving around town.
Welcome back.
What do we need to buy again? A slip of paper? It's only another set of 3 to go. While we're here, what do we need to buy again? Slime coats and slime spikes, right?
Welcome back.
Sell it! Why does he want it then?
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And another quest.
oh, hell.
You're welcome, Corp.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
You're so strong. Of course you.
Fidget.
Whoa.
Actually, I've already done that.
I knew you could do it, Dust.
Well, let's...
Yeah, believe me, hitting 1,000 takes a while. I should know.
Oh, should you?
Fidget is the main reason you can get them to begin with.
I've gone 1,000 hit combos. I get them all the time. Forever.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Must because she never gets hit. Never got this quest because I was kind of not good enough. What was the reward for that quest anyway? Can you please tell me, Questmaster? I do like how the game's only way of telling you what you earned from a quest is a tiny little ticker that takes ages to scroll through. More treasure keys. The game loves giving you treasure keys. I don't even know if there might be enough cages. Those only take 4 each, and unless the last area is like stuffed to the brim with treasures, I don't think we're gonna meet the demands.
All right, Mom.
How about
All right.
your friend could sign it too?
Ah,
What is that? A paw print?
what? That's how we sign our names. See, it says.
Well, great.
And I get 4,000. This guy gives me half of 9,000 monies. It's like money. I'm bad with it. I do like how the game decides to break for the principles of... I guess that's supposed to justify the whole treasure key thing. Not a lot of experience, though. That's one thing I've noticed. Remember when we exploded into money? Just for helping a dude out? That's pretty wonkers. Anyway, last subquest, and then we're going to... I don't know. Maybe some main plot stuff, and then we'll move on to the final portion of the game, I guess. And then we'll do some of the challenge arenas and just finish off the game. This game's going faster than I thought. I hate it when games end.
Here are those...
Great! Those hides you provided worked out. If you could bring two...
Here are those
Great! Those reinforcements really help strengthen... Let me see. Please.
I'll keep my...
Much appreciated.
Oh, 6.
Here are those materials.
Great! I've got one last job for you, Dust. There's a string. If you could gather 3 Florin tentacles and 3 Florin...
I don't have them, so obviously I need to buy them.
Here are those materials you asked for, Fail.
Great!
So, did we do all the quests yet? Aw, why didn't I get this? Put the government forces. Maybe it's just not updated, I guess. I guess that parry thing is best to do when you're cursed because you pretty much have to die, so like whatever. So how many percentages do we have left now? Whew! We're pushing it. We're getting there. I'll see you guys next time on the next Sunday episode of whatever. Dust and Elysian Tail, I guess. Going places, meeting people, I guess. I don't know what to say. We're ending.